Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Moto Camping in Lassen Part 2. Hope you enjoy it. This is the view from my tent when I woke up. And I'm just checking to see how my bike did overnight. My ghetto setup kept my helmet and my suit from getting dirty overnight since my tent is too small and doesn't fit all of these. So I covered the Moscow Moto bag too, just in case it actually got really dewy, but it looks like it didn't even get that wet overnight. And over there, I'm checking out my friends' bikes. A 1250, another 1250, a Gixxer, Tiger 800, 850 GSA, and a Triumph Street Triple. That's how cold it is. This is my breakfast: granola with bananas, almond, and milk. And this is my setup. So Backpacker's Pantry is actually really good. I'm really impressed. And for this camping, I just did instant coffee, the Starbucks Via. I usually bring a pour over and I brew my own coffee beans at home, but I wanted to try these instant coffee and they're actually pretty good for an instant coffee. I love these Forma boots. They're great in between for some off-road and some touring. They're so comfortable, you can actually hike on them. I'm really satisfied with these boots. After breakfast, we decided we should explore. So we're heading to the lake to see what's over there. If there's a spot for lunch or hiking or something, or just fun riding in the forest. That was mainly it, really. So my friend who rode the sports bike decided to hike to the lake. So we brought his helmet and gloves in case he changed his mind if we passed by him on the way there. This is actually the second time I have taken this specific bike off-road. I've only taken my 701 and some other smaller bikes every now and again, and even then I don't have that much experience off the pavement. So this is actually a really fun trip because I was able to do a different type of off-roading than Death Valley, and I feel like I'm starting to get more comfortable riding this type of road. At this point, I'm really starting to appreciate having the GS for moto traveling instead of the 701 Enduro, because it's just comfortable on both ends. I mean, definitely the 701 would be more fun on these roads, but when you're doing long haul travel. Of course, the GS is better. You have to keep an eye out on our way to the lake for our friend who ended up hiking because it was really, really hot. It got really, really hot really fast, and it's quite a long hike from where we camped. So we had to watch our speed and keep an eye out. This bike came stock with Bridgestone paddle axe, and I think that's a 80/20 or maybe a 90/10 tire. Anyways, with this type of road off pavement, it actually was really good. I thought I would be sliding way more, but well, anyway, at this speed I'm not, but after 40 plus miles per hour it does slide a little bit more, but I think it's very good for what it is, because on the pavement I get a lot of traction. That's what's nice, because to get here is mostly pavement. And there he is. I almost didn't see him. He is camouflaged amongst the trees. He ended up taking the offer because it was super hot. And surprisingly, this is so far the only trip where my Cardo Pack Talk Slim did not break. Every single trip I've gone out with that thing, it keeps breaking. And I think it may be because now I use a magnetic charger on the charging port, and that's the only difference. It's really useful because all of us in this trip were using the latest Pack Talk, and it's just great. It sucks not to be the lead, because if you follow too closely, you end up eating their dust. So I have to make sure to keep my distance. I like how these Moscow Moto bags feel off-road, because you literally do not feel like you're carrying anything. Unlike when I was using my top case and going out on long trips and going out on off pavement, it feels way different than how my bike feels right now. We finally arrived at the lake. Now at this point it's in the 90s F, 30s C, and if you are not in the shade, it is extremely hot. So there was no place for us really to hang around close enough to the lake where we have shade, so we just kind of hanged around under the trees. Since half of us did bring our lunch here, we ended up just having our lunch here and planning on doing a short hike afterwards. My friends didn't bring their lunch with them, so after checking out the place, they decided to leave and head back to camp so that they can make their lunch. And meanwhile, half of us stayed because we did bring our food here. After lunch and a little bit of a hike, we decided we are done with this place because it was getting ridiculously hot. So we decided that we don't need to route ourselves with the map back to camp, and that was a big mistake because we passed the camp way too far. We got so lost, but it's not a big deal. It was really fun regardless, and it's better to be on the bike riding in this type of weather anyway. That is all for this episode. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video.